Starting the morning off right, the first of three videos. WBO middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders says the winner between himself and Demetrius Andrade will be the #1 guy in the middleweight division. I know a lot of people ain't going to agree with that. Hell, I don't agree with it. But Billy Joe Saunders is entitled to his opinion. And I'm pretty sure if you ask Demetrius Andrade the same question, he would no doubt about it agree 100% with that statement. We know the top two guys right now are Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, who will be fighting September 15th in a rematch of their highly controversial first fight that took place last September. You also got Jermall Charlo out there, who is kind of the odd man out because he is not involved in a big fight per se in middleweight, even though he's the WBC interim middleweight champion. You got Sergey Derevchenko taking on Daniel Jacobs October 27th, live on HBO for the vacant IBF middleweight strap. So those guys are, all in big fights that have captured the boxing fans' mind and attention. And we're going to really see how it plays out. I disagree with Billy Joe Saunders, but I will say this. The winner of this fight between him and Demetrius Andrade would definitely be top 3 in my opinion. We already know Demetrius Andrade is one of the more skillful fighters in the sport of boxing in its entirety. Yes, he's been plagued by bad business decisions, inactivity, and him just being an a-hole and burning some of the bridges he shouldn't have burned. But now he's with Eddie Hearn in DAZN, making his debut on the streaming service October 20th in Boston, Massachusetts, against Billy Joe Saunders, who will be attempting to make his 5th defense of his WBO title that he won in 2015 over the now retired Andy Lee. In Saunders' last fight, he beat the hell out of David Lemieux. He just outboxed him, made him look stupid in his home country of Canada. But if you ask Billy Joe Saunders, he doesn't want credit for the Lemieux victory because he called him a bum today at the press conference. But this fight should be very entertaining. It has a lot of implications for the rest of the middleweight division. It's going to set the ball in motion. This fight and the other 2 fights should lead to unification bouts because these guys claim to want to fight each other, and the middleweight division is relevant again. I mean, you got a whole bunch of skillful, talented fighters who got something to prove. You got Gennady Golovkin, who really doesn't have much to prove. You got Canelo Alvarez, who is the cash cow of boxing, but still has a lot to prove. You got Daniel Jacobs, who has something to prove. You got Sergey Derevchenko, who definitely has something to prove. He is the least experienced professional fighter out of the guys that I've mentioned, with only having 13 or 14 fights. Billy Joe Saunders has something to prove. Yes, the win over David Lemieux was nice. It was, it was a solid win. But if he could beat Demetrius Andrade, a 2008 U.S. Olympian, that would do wonders to not only his confidence but the respect that the boxing fans would give him. Although Andrade hasn't been as active, Andrade's still one of the better fighters, like I said earlier, in the entire sport. Jermall Charlo has something to prove. We know he got that concussive punching power. Look what he did to Hugo Centeno Jr. Knocked him out in the 2nd round. So all these guys got something to prove. I think that all these fights are going to go a long way in determining who is really the goods and who really is second tier. And I expect that these fights to be close and competitive, maybe controversial, maybe lead to some more rematches. But one thing is for certain, I am glad these guys are fighting each other because this is what boxing needs. Boxing needs the best to fight the best. And exclude Jermall Charlo, these guys that's going to be participating in these fights, these next 3 fights over the course of the next 3 or 4 months are, arguably the top 6 guys in the middleweight division. So we'll see how everything plays out. But Billy Joe Saunders feels what he feels. In the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with what he said, or do you feel that Canelo or Triple G winner will still remain the #1 guy in the division? Or do you think it'll be somebody else? Jamal, Charlo, Derevchenko, Daniel Jacobs? Let me know down below. Shout out to everybody in the movement that is moving with us. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information. Reported the way it should be. Unfiltered, unbiased. There it is. Shout out to the LDBC and everybody in between. Follow my social media accounts. The description, the links will be down in the description below, as well to the new College Sports Most Wanted S12, S10, or S12, S10 College Sports Most Wanted YouTube channel link will be in the description below, so you can check that out. My Facebook page will be in the description below, so you can like the Colossal Sports TV Facebook page. Instagram, follow me there at Colossal_Sports TV. I'll put my Twitter as well. Share these videos all over social media platforms. And, you know, if you like the video, like the video. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell button to be notified every time I upload content. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.